Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Week 6 of the Worcester Premier League. Just like that, 5 weeks have already gone by, and here we are on the 6th week, and wow, what a night of darts do we have for everybody tonight. First of all, happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody tuning in. My name is Marty Martinez. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Well, like I said previously, we have 5 weeks in the record books, and now it's a mad scramble for points. Tonight we have Rudge taking on Joe Ricard, Tom Curtin taking on Roberto Santos on the main streaming board, Sargent taking on Mike Carignan, and Justin Burke versus Nick Soldo. Those are all the first-round matches, and all of them are chasing this man right here, even though he's actually locked in first place. So the chase is on, but it's really a chase for second place. You can see the record, we'll come back to this, but the standings, it is a race for second place, and what a race it is. Mike Carignan currently holding the second place spot with 10 points locked in, and one night win being the key differentiator, separating himself from Sargent and Joe Ricard, only 1 point back with 9 points. If we look at the second half of the field here, Nick, Berto, Mark, Justin, they are all going to be in that mad scramble for points. Justin going to try and lock in some points, his very first points of the season tonight. He's going to be taking on Nick Soldo, so only 2 real chances to take on, I don't want to say easier opponents, but he's had a fairly rough go of it with some pretty brutal first-round matchups. So Justin, these 2 nights remaining before playoffs are going to be absolutely critical for his points chase. Rudge able to secure some points last week, which was absolutely fantastic for his playoff picture. And then Berto looking for more, always looking for more, very competitive, able to hang in there with everybody. And Nick is just trying to lock in and keep his 5th place, maybe even punch above. Maybe look at Joe Ricard if he can. That 4th place sure would look very nicely. But yeah, it's going to be a massive, massive hunt to basically just not match up against Tom in the playoffs. It's going to be a mad dash, mad scramble, and boy, what fun it is it's going to be to watch tonight. So jumping over to the primary board here, we have these 2 gentlemen warming up right now. There's Berto getting in some warm-up darts. Looks like Tom got a haircut. Fantastic, looking very slick. But yeah, we'll be joining in and watching these guys in just a moment as they get their round 1 matchup started. Looks like Tom just discussing the theory of darts there. He's having a great time. I don't know how the guy plays in a sweater, but man, he's throwing some monster averages. I think after the past 5 weeks, his average for the past 5 weeks is sitting at 80.67, which is unbelievable. And I think he's thrown half of these weeks in a sweater. I don't know how the guy does it. The guy's a monster. The guy's just built different. We're going to be looking for more of those impressive darts later tonight. One of the cooler additions that we actually have here at the Worcester Premier League. We were able to figure this out. We got the widescreen. This is going to be our commercial. Look at that little ticker that we have there on the bottom showing the scoreboards for all the opening round matches. Production quality is just off the charts here at the Worcester Premier League. Joe, Nick, working hard week over week to get this stuff built out. So next time you see him, say, hey, thanks. Thanks for making this look pretty damn cool, and it's a fantastic way to spend a Monday night. We have a couple more minutes before the matches get underway here. I'll briefly pop in to say hi. Happy Monday, folks. It's great to see you. Again, thank you so much for tuning in and joining us. Still haven't figured out the light situation yet, but we'll get that sorted in the coming weeks. Before we jump into the matches again, just want to say from me to you, thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very much for all the support. We're trying to put on good entertainment for you guys week over week. So just want to say that. Thank you very, very much. So jump back over to the primary board because we're not going to spend the whole evening looking at this ugly mug. We're going to go to the actual content that we came to see. And again, both guys getting in their final warm-ups. So yeah, Tom Curtin in the back there. I mean, this guy has been playing some absolutely just stellar stuff. It's kind of not demoralizing, but it is rather daunting to go up against him first round. Berto's going to have one hell of an ask and a task tonight to get through Tom. Tom is playing well and above in a league of his own. I mean, all of these guys are fantastic shots, but again, after 5 weeks, his average is 80.67. he is scoring on average over 133% of the time that he goes to the board. The next closest is Joe, sitting at a 73.96 average after 5 weeks, sitting at a 27%, scoring over 100. So 27% of the time he's scoring over 100, which is just that's crazy numbers. I mean, let's establish the facts here, folks. That is phenomenal stuff. That will win you tournaments and make you very competitive. And the fact that Tom is scoring so much better is just frightening. Tom's first 9 is 92.04, and Joe is 84.62. And even then, the field really closes up as we work our way down. I mean, Ron, Sargent, and Mike Carignan are chasing those guys down for, chasing Joe down for that second place amongst the scoring stats. But one of the curious things that the stats is starting to reveal is that even though Tom has been scoring so well, the outs actually favor Mike Carignan after 5 weeks. So Mike is sitting at an average take of 41.08. Tom is sitting at an average out of 39.90. Berto and Joe 39.88 and 39.65 respectively. So it's actually, it's close. It's tight. But Mike is consistently able to, not only hit those 40 and below, but he's able to get those big combo shots. And Mike has always been able to pressure Tom, no matter where he finds him in the bracket. Last week, we were actually so spoiled to see a fantastic match between Ron Sargent and Tom Curtin that went all the way to a deciding leg and deciding set. That last set was phenomenal. Tom actually went 5 darts into a 9-dart attempt, which was great. I was getting very excited to see that, as we all were at the WPL. But Mike has been, how do I phrase this? He has been so good at staying cool under pressure against Tom Curtin. It is so easy to kind of look at this as a first round. Like, it'd be very easy for Burke to look at this and go, well, I'm playing, Tom Curtin in the opening game. This is going to be brutal. I'm probably favored to, not favored here. I'm probably more likely to have a rough match against Tom. But Mike goes into every single game with his head firmly on his shoulders, with the mindset clear that I'm just going to play my game. And sometimes, as players, that's the only thing that we can do is just put our heads down and get to work. And on that note, it looks like these guys are getting ready for the bull. Tom sitting outside. Let's see how Roberto fares. Outside as well. Again, PDC bull here, so someone is going to have to hit it to start off here. Looks like 1 in the green for Roberto. And 1 in the green for Tom, so the beat goes on. Again, I appreciate the haircut that he got. Looking very, very slick. Very dapper. Oh, that's probably going to be one of the better bull darts that we see. And Roberto not able to follow, so it will be Tom defending his throw to get things going for us in Week 6. Again, if you're just joining us after all the pomp and circumstance, my name is Stephen Marty Martinez. This is Week 6 of, 7 regular season weeks. And we have one hell of a match here between Tom Curtin and Roberto Santos. Roberto looking for points here in the standings to try and not match up against this guy in the opening round of playoffs, starting off with a solid 60. Roberto very capable of playing some great darts. We've certainly seen that from him in the past, and he'll be looking to pull out that game versus, the Emperor himself here, who's getting things, back on track with a 100 fired in. Let's see how Roberto can respond to the pressure. Does very well to find that 3rd dart in the red bit, 85. Scored there for Roberto. And Tom just continuing to do more of the same. Again, he has been so consistent, making scoring look so easy week after week. It's one of those rare visits where we actually don't see him hit a triple 20. Only 55. A little bit of a score update here. I know that we've just got going, but Ron Sargent already on a heater against Mike Carignan with a 93.94. Let's see if that game, or that level of game, carries on throughout the entire match. Report back when I get an update. Back to the match here. Tom looking a little rusty right off the spin here. Not able to find that red bit, and a little bit of words, a little bit of a grimace as he tries to convince those darts to find their way into the proper bed. Not always successful. We certainly know the game that he has in him, and it's just a matter of timing, really, when that game eventually comes out. Roberto, very consistent down the board. Tom with a lot of work to do here, sitting at 279, finds that red bit. Can't find the switch, so 83 scored. And very workable, very manageable for Roberto. He's looking up at the board going, well, after 5 visits to the board, Tom is still very much within reach. Gonna have to slide that over a little bit more. And he can't, stays locked in on those 5s. So again, a reprieve. This is the last person that you want to give a break to, because Tom will certainly take advantage of it. Let's see if he actually manages to correct. Wow, goes wide. And he can't find the correction either. So again, first match of the night, jitters. A little bit of rust to be shaken off. Tom, I know for a fact, after talking with him after all these weeks, elects to not play every single day like some of these guys. Likes to come into every single match mentally ready, mentally prepared, not fatigued. And, well, we've seen that pay off in spades. Aside from week 1, he's taken every single night. It's like, wow, fantastic work. Big 1-3-4 fired in. Amazing setup to leave himself double 16. Took a little while to get there. Roberto won't find the 1-6-0 combo. Can only leave himself 100, so he's going to have to rely on Tom making a mistake. Let's see how sharp Tom is on his double 16s. And he finds it with the second, so a little bit of a slow start for Tom. Not the standard that we're used to seeing from him at all. But he gets there in the end. Roberto's going to have to find an extra gear. Roberto more than capable of playing up to Tom, but can't afford too many of those types of errant darts and can't find that red bit to save the visit. So 26, slow start for Roberto. And Tom's certainly going to have a fire under him to play the game that he knows he's capable of playing. And wow, what a start. There's one. Just under on that second. And just under on that third. Looks like the flights clattered against each other. So only 100, but that's more than serviceable with Roberto starting off with 26. Comes up to the board. Again, going dangerously low on that third one. That first one was right there. Might have been able to use it as a guide, so only 60. Tom trying to follow that 100 with something equally good. Very bold, very brave of Tom to stay up there. Sometimes after those first 2 darts find their way into the 1 segment, someone like me might switch down to the 19s to avoid hitting a 3, but he used that to his advantage. And there's what Roberto was looking for. Trying to find his honey pot. Finds a little taste of it there with 85 fired in. So a little bit of calibrating for Roberto to do off early today, but he's capable of finding it. And Tom looks like he finds a big 1-2-5 there. We'll see what he punches in. And it is a 1-2-5. So again, back-to-back pressure legs here. And Roberto having to find the game. Almost finds it with that third dart. Just high, scraping the wire. But still, Tom has a poor visit here. He's still relatively close, but that's a bad omen for Roberto. Looks like 2 in there. and tries to go for that trip 18 switch. So 132. Huge darts already from Tom. He's getting the arm warmed up. He's getting it going. And Berto sitting at 270. Will need to fill it up to put pressure on. And that second one's a flyer. Can't find it with the third, but 85. Won't leave him an out. 185 remaining. Tom sitting at 82 left. Will he go bull first? Down to the 17s. And now tops. And he finds it. Big 82, 3-dart take. And those are the type of combo shots that have just cemented Tom as, well, cemented him in first place here for the regular season play. Those types of takes are very well practiced. I know that these guys will practice specifically 82 quite a bit. Tom putting practice into a game here, only finding 64. So Berto, to mentally reset, realize that the set is not over. Needs to find some magic here. Only finding 43, a shake of the head. He knows. Letting Tom off with something easy there. And just another day in the office for Mr. Curtin. There's one. He finds a 100. So again, the pressure continues. Again, Tom is so reliable with finding that red bit and staying within the 20 segment. A little bit of a blocker there for Berto. Chooses to stay and goes wide. And only finds 2 5s after that first one. In that situation, it just might be better to switch down to the 19s or even to the 18s. That flight will act as a brutal blocker. And Tom, will we see a 180? And no, we won't. A grimace. He wanted that badly. Only a 140. And Berto, well, sitting at 428 after 2 visits to the board. Looks like this leg and this set is starting to slip away. And Tom, no pressure, working with 197, can set up easily here. Finds that triple. Thinking about the math, probably going down to the 19s. 99 scored. Was hoping to find a 137 there. But again, no pressure. And Berto will have to just tell himself that he has another set coming up. Work on that arm, work on that consistency. Again, Tom is just a man. He plays phenomenal darts, but we have seen Tom get frustrated, get nervous. Berto's going to have to rely on that. Only 60 remaining, so he finds the big 20 there to leave himself 40. Playing very well after 5 visits to the board. Leaving himself tops. And Berto again. He'll already be thinking about the next set and next leg here. Not really pressuring himself to really find the darts that he needs to try and save this leg. He's just trying to get ready for the next one. 1 dart already spent on tops. There's 2, a little higher. And 3 uses its buddies to find its way in. And just like that, we have a 3-0 sweep of the opening set. And Berto going to have to find some consistency in his play. He's been all over that triple 20 bed, but he's going to have to start finding it if he wants to put some pressure on Tom. Just like that. And more of those, please. Looks like only 85. Might be 95. It is. Tom, how will he respond to the pressure of Berto? And, well, that's an excellent response. Will he follow? Yes, he will. And the third one saying no thank you. Already 2 filled. Too many people in that room. But a solid 1-2-5 open from Tom. And Berto's going to have to keep things rolling here. A little higher. And lost the plot there on that third one. Only 41. So Tom, again, has the ability to surge ahead here with a big visit. Looks like a little bit of an exploration gone wrong there, only 30. So Berto's going to have to start taking advantage of these opportunities because Tom, a very rare occasion, does make them. A 60 here will be ideal, but those darts will not do. Only 26. The disappointment in Berto's face. He knows that is an opportunity lost there, and Tom's going to look to get back on track. And does very well to find that third over the second dart. So 85 fired in. And Berto still within earshot here. It's not out of the woods just yet. But struggling to find that straight dart into the 20s, and he knows the come on there from Berto. Only 30. Tom working with 2-6-1. Finds that triple 20. Finds a second. Will we see another 180? And no, we saw another 180 attempt, but Tom sitting at 25 180s after 5 weeks, looking to add another to his tally. Just being denied repeatedly here. Berto, and trying to find some consistency in his throw, but finding another 30. Darts have been moving consistently to the left here. Just unfortunate. Tom just trying to knock it down. Looks like 71 scored. And it looks like he takes the 1-2-1. Wow. When he did not need to do that at all. And Berto just shakes his head knowing, wow, what can I do? Ladies and gentlemen, I was not expecting that with Berto sitting so far back. At least a third dart spent on a setup with either 10 or 18, but just no mercy from Tom Curtin. And he follows it with a 180. This is just brutal. And Berto is going to have to do very well to keep himself mentally strong here. Absolutely nasty darts from Tom Curtin. Solid 85 start, but again, 95 points back of Tom's opening salvo. Tom just looking to keep this ball rolling. Oh, he won't find the fifth one. Again, he got 5 darts deep into a 9-dart attempt last week, and this week he's just short 1, sitting at 4. Berto looking to keep things straight. More of those, please. Another 85. So finding a little bit of consistency, finding a little bit of form here. Berto has been desperately looking for that all game here, and Tom has just been all over this triple 20 bed. Finding his way down. Those micro adjustments from Tom are just something spectacular. It's so hard, so difficult to make those little adjustments. Truly is an underrated skill. Berto just looking to keep the pressure on. Needs to find a triple. Can't find it, only 28. That is not the visit that he would have wanted there. And Tom under no pressure to take out the 136, though he might think about it. It won't go this visit. So only setups from here. Finds the 25 there. So 50 scored. Leaves himself 86. 76, my bad. A little bit of caster math there. Blame me. And Berto just trying to find the red bit. Hunts it down. Finds that 100. Good darts there. But Tom is looking to punch his ticket out of this leg here. And put himself on match point. Won't go, won't find it. 56 fired in, so he'll leave himself 2 10s remaining. And if Berto can put a little bit of pressure on here, that might raise some questions of Tom. We've seen Tom be a little sloppy when he gets his way further down the dartboard. We'll see what he can do here. Goes inside, going upstairs. And hits that big 5, so he's just going to bust it with that trip 14. Again, not aiming for it. But if you are going to bust, go big. It's always the preferred way to do it. And Berto, 1-4-2, looking at an out here. Finds that first one. Finds the second one, I believe. That might be 2 in there, so looking at 22 left. Taking a step back, he knows how big of a take this would be. Come on, Berto. Oh, and he just pulls it inside. Oh, chance gone for Berto. What an out that would have been. And Tom, no more mistakes now, has to find it. Goes inside again, going upstairs. And he finds it with the second one right when Berto was there. Tom, stop beating up on these people. Give Berto something. But wow, what an effort from Berto there to set that up there. That would have been something fantastic. And Berto staring down the barrel of Tom Curtin's gun right now, needing fantastic form to pull his way out of this deficit here. And Tom just business as usual, checking his nails, making sure that everything's looking nice, matching his haircut. Can't find the triple. Only 60, but wow, that was close. And again, the big key against Tom Curtin is just consistency. You cannot afford to miss that 20 segment. You have to keep them all in the black and red bit. Fortunately, finding the green segment on St. Patty's Day is going to do you no luck, no favors, will find you no fortune. The only thing that you can cash in on is that red bit in. Well, the money's flowing for Tom. Solid 140, solid visit. And just like that, Berto, 101 points down. Needs to find at least one triple here. Can't find it, only 60. So, Tom, these are where these small little gains after every visit start to pay dividends. If you can keep this going, consistently score 20, 40 points away from or above from your opponent, pays dividends down the line, but only a 26, only a breakfast. And Berto, he needs at least 2 to jump in front, 1 to at least keep it interesting. What can he do here? Tries to go higher. Finds it. And again, he really needed that big 20 there, only 85. So again, he jumps in front, but relying on Tom to make mistakes. Looks like 6 scored. Does very well to find that red bit there at the end of his visit, 66. And again, this is well within reach for Berto. Berto needs to take advantage. 1 triple absolutely required. There it is. And again, that third one just flying high into the left, almost the same spot as the previous visit. But he is at an out. The big fish, if he can keep mentally cool, it will reward him if he can find it. And Tom, no out here, but a 140 is an immense pressure, so this is almost a do or die here for Berto. Will he take the 170 out? It's not on. Only 60 scored, so he'll leave himself 110. But Tom, 69, well within his wheelhouse. He'll be looking to get right to work here. 66 remaining. That single 3 scored. And he finds the 777, so 24 scored. He's not going to leave himself anything workable after that. Finds that 13 there at the end to correct, but Berto sitting at 110. Again, Berto was absolutely clutch in the opening weeks here with these big takes, and he's going to have to summon that back up to find his way out of here. 90 left. Can't find the trip 18, so that might be the last start that he throws tonight. 58 scored. And Tom preparing himself to punch his way out of this match. 2 16s needed. And he pulls it inside after the first 2, well outside. So Berto looking at a real chance here. Finds the 12. And he just can't settle his arm down. Might be nerves. That's been one of the best chances that he's had the opportunity to walk up and take, but again, Tom, ruthless in his execution, ruthless in his delivery. He has swept Burto, but Burto had some real chances there to find some legs, but again, consistency was key there. Too many stray darts from Burto, and Tom just following up any stray darts with a visit to the red segment in that 20s there. So again, 79.81 for Tom. If you're going to try and beat this man, you have to be punching well above 75 and just around an 80 to try and have a chance. He's going to race his way down to the board. Oh, looks like the camera went upside down for a brief second. Not sure why it did that. Took a brief visit to Australia there for a second. I'll have to check back in with the production team and make sure that I didn't miss my flight. So a little bit of a score update here, looking at the other matches. Joe Ricard has taken out Mark Rudge 2-0. Nick Soldo is currently down to Justin Burke. Justin Burke's leading that game 1-0. And then Ron Sargent is taking it 1-0 against Mike Carignan. And he's up a leg. So Mike, a little bit of a awkward position there. If he loses to Ron, he'll be guaranteed to lose his second place spot if Ron advances and Joe advances, so he might plummet his way all the way down to 4th, depending on how the night pans out. But we are going to step away from this board for just a brief second here. We're going to go to the commercial screen so everyone can follow along. With that, I will be right back. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys all very, very soon. Welcome back, everybody, to the Worcester Premier League Week 6. My name is Stephen Marty Martinez, and here we are, following along live with our new player camera, looking at Tom, talking up a storm downstairs with Joe. I'm not sure if you guys have been following along here, not only on Dark Connect, but on our little ticker scoreboard here on the bottom. We have Ron Sargent and Mike Carignan fighting all the way in the second set here, tied at 2 legs apiece. Ron is currently 1 set up, so Ron looking to advance and Mike looking to keep his night alive. And again, we have some big results here off the get-go from round 1. We jump back to our standings. So Mike is fighting for his second place position here. Ron looking to leapfrog him. Joe already securing 2 points, so he's already up at 11 points. Ron looking to keep in front of Joe, but he's going to have quite the fight up against Tom Curtin in the next round here. I'll have to keep you guys updated as that match finishes its way out. I'm going to have to do a little bit of some corrections here. Camera here at the WPL studio is actually flipped, so I'm going to have to make a quick change. Just hang in there. Not sure if that's doing anything. Might have to call technical support. Let me get on the phone here, get on the horn. And again, these guys are just warming up here. Apologies for the dead air, folks. Again, even though it's week 6, we're still trying to figure things out. And we can really thank Joe Ricard and the fantastic work that he's done over the past couple of weeks to get this set up looking absolutely incredible on video. The amount of work that he's put into his little, not even little, massive dart studio. Truly tremendous. The lighting is fantastic. The cameras look good. And I actually am joined in the studio by Nick Soldo. He's joining me here to fix the camera issue. Nick, does this look good? Alrighty, everything is all fixed. Thank you, sir. Have fun down there. So yeah, as we finish watching Joe and Tom warm up, a little bit of scoreboard update for everybody. Ron Sargent looking at 8 to try and push it over the edge against Mike Carignan. Will he take it out? I'm looking at a little scoreboard right here on my desk. He misses the 8 attempt, so Mike 149. Might actually go back to the commercial screen here so we can follow along the little ticker. Of course, right as I say that, it's inching its way along. These guys are almost ready to go. One of these days we'll get it figured out where we actually have a little tablet scoreboard there. We can actually follow along. And Ron Sargent has taken the 8 remaining to win 2-0 over Mike. So Mike will be dropping down the standing order tonight. Ron and Joe picking up big points, so they will leapfrog him, both gentlemen. And both guys looking for more points to further cement themselves, not only in the playoffs, but really try and battle it out for second place now that Mike has been taken out here in the opening round. Congratulations, Ron Sargent. That's a big win there. So now that that match has concluded, these guys should be getting going anytime soon. If we wait around a little bit longer, I might put it back to the music and commercial. And jump back to the primary board here. So yeah, just going over the stats here. Again, we saw Roberto and Tom face off in that opening match, and Roberto, again, his out stats for the past couple of weeks have been fantastic, but had a couple of really good chances, really good looks there against Tom. But Tom's scoring has just been so consistent and so good, and week over week, that it's it's a little frustrating almost. You feel that, you know, when you finally get down to an out, even if it's in high ask, like I think it was 142 that he had there, you know, it's almost a must go. Even that 170 that he had, it's a must take. Roberto not able to find any big out magic tonight. Scoring from Tom has just been so powerful. But Tom, again, as like I said in the beginning of the stream tonight, sitting at a 92.04 first nine, and Joe pretty much right behind him in all of the key scoring stats. Joe sitting at an 84.62. Tom has 26, I believe. 180s banked over the past weeks of action. Joe sitting at 11. Tom averaging an 80.67 over the past 5 weeks, not including tonight. Joe averaging 73.96. And again, Tom scoring over 133% of the time. Joe sitting at 27%. So Joe is going to be more of a tough match for Tom. We've seen some amazing battles between these two guys over the past couple of weeks, but again, it comes down to consistency. Tom has been so reliable. I mean, look at that. I mean, what a shot that we were able to just see there, firing 3 into the double 20 bed. It all comes down to consistency against this man. He very rarely misses that red bit, and if he does very well with those micro adjustments to correct. We've only ever seen Tom be shaky when it comes to, well, rounding houses around the board. If he misses that double 20, if he misses that double 10, sometimes those less common doubles act a little shaky for him. We've seen that multiple times. And he gets frustrated when he doesn't take those. Naturally, anybody does. But Joe, again, is going to have to try and force that frustration out, or just straight out beat the man in his own game, which is quite the scary task indeed. So again, if we go back to the standings as we wait for these guys to finish up their warm-ups, again, the playoffs, which is rapidly approaching here. This is week 6 of 7 regular weeks, so only next week will be the last opportunity for these guys to score any points before week 8, which is the playoffs, where 1 will play 8, 2 will play 7, 3 will play 6, and 4 will play 5. So again, Tom is already locked in first place with the 23 points, the 4 night wins. Mike Carignan, fortunately, will be following down the order with Ron and Joe picking up big points tonight. But the key battle and the key points matters for Nick Soldo, Roberto Santos, Mark Rudge, and Justin Burke as they try and avoid last place. And Justin, with his win tonight, is going to pick up big points and look to keep it going. Because 8th place, playing Tom Curtin, that is frightening. That is quite scary. Nobody wants to be in that position. But even then, 2nd place is no slouch either. All of these guys, Mike, Ron, Joe, playing phenomenal darts. Nick, unfortunately, getting bounced 2-0 tonight against Justin Burke. So he will not be able to close the gap to Joe or Ron or even Mike. So again, all of these guys looking to get into the 6th, 7th, 5th position, so they don't have to play some stellar shots in Tom or whoever joins him. Go back to the primary board here. Both of these guys are on the board, looking like they are going to be concluding their warm-ups in just a moment here. And it's so interesting to see what these guys actually do to warm up. A lot of players will just kind of get their arm going on the bulls, spend a couple of darts at the 20s. We saw Tom there drill that double 20 bed with 3 in there. It looks like they are getting going. Joe has updated the tablet, so we are back in business, ladies and gentlemen, as we get ready for the PDC Bowl here. And if you were just tuning in, this is the semifinals here. Joe took out Mark Rudge 2-0. Tom took out Roberto Santos 2-0. Joe not able to find the bull at all there with that first dart. Let's see how Tom follows. Goes a little high. So right back to the line from Mr. Curtin. Again, looking very spiffy with that haircut. Still throwing in a sweater. putting in monster averages with that sweater. I don't know how the guy does it. Joe not able to follow with a green or red bit of his own, so Tom will be defending his throw to get things going. And ladies and gentlemen, you are joining us live for semifinal action between Tom Curtin and Joe Ricard. Tom will be leading the way here, defending his throw first. Again, that micro correction that we've seen time and time again. So good. Putting up consistent big points there. An 81 punched in, getting things going immediately. And Joe has been no slouch with his darts. He is playing some phenomenal darts. Big 135 to follow the 81. Again, Joe, quite the smooth operator. And if there's going to be one man to push Tom to his absolute limit, it's going to be Joe Ricard. They are right neck and neck. Well, not neck and neck in the stats, but Joe is not too far behind. The bookies would not really pay out if you were to bet against Tom if Joe is the guy taking him on. And again, follows his 135 with the 100. Consistently great stuff. Great way to get off the line there from Joe Ricard, and Tom hunting down that triple 20 bit. Tries to hammer away just low. Looks like the flight pushed it down. So only 100 there. Joe has such a smooth action. Winds up and fires and manages to skate that third one off of those first two. So 135, 100, 100 is the order of shots there for Joe. Tom doing very well to find that switch down to the trip 19. So 97 punched in. But again, Joe actually is not sitting at an out, so a little bit of math error there. Tom sitting at a 140. Needs to find a triple here to leave himself something handy. Can't find it, so only 40. And Tom, this 140 you feel might have to go here. Certainly capable of finding it. Won't go. The combination not found there, so only 40. 100 left. And does find that triple. It makes it look so easy, folks. It's a lot more difficult than it looks. As I'm sure everybody following along surely knows. Looking to find that triple for 76. Can't find it. Go back upstairs. And finds that triple 20. So 98 scored there for Joe. But he's going to be a step behind. And this is why it's so important, so pivotal to win that bull. It will give you the first crack at an out here. And Tom just low on that second one. And he pulls it inside on that third one, scraping the wire on both the 20 and the 10 bed. So Joe with a huge opportunity here to break right off the gate. Oh, right in the corner. I thought that was in. And he won't go. Might have done well to split there instead of chase that double 7. He chooses to bust. So no break out of the gate for Joe, and Tom with a huge sense of relief here. But he can't find the double 5. Chooses to correct, leaving himself 4. And Joe can't afford to let this opportunity slip. Has to find it here. We'll walk it inside. And a little bit of a nervy start from both gentlemen here. Opportunities given and opportunities lost. Will the chasing stop here? Tom believing that's in. Wow, it's so close. And he finds it with that third, so a scrappy defensive throw there from Mr. Curtin. Joe putting pressure on immediately. And as I was saying before we kicked off here, the one thing that Tom struggles with is when he misses that double 20, he misses that double 16, he starts to chase the more uncommon doubles. It starts to get not as clinical, not as sharp. Joe was going to have to take advantage of that, and Joe a little slow off the start. He will look to hold throw here. Tom looking to break. And he finds the big 140. Solid stuff, solid darts there from Tom. Joe under immediate pressure to get things going. Can't afford 2 bad visits in a row. Only 60 found, but for these guys, that's not enough. Tom more than capable of putting up 60 plus every single time. Point proven. And a solid 100 there, so leaving himself 261 after 2 visits to the board. And Joe, under pressure to get going here. You feel like he needs a 2 treble visit here at the minimum. Can't find any gold there. Only a 45. So a little bit of a bleak outlook here in this second leg. Joe at risk of being broken unless he can find some big darts. Tom with a little bit of a messy visit there, only 41. So Joe, again, a big visit here will put him right back in the running, and that 5 is just going to break his heart. Still has 2 darts in hand. And just underneath on that third one, another 45. A little bit of a drop dart there. Again, he's focusing so hard on nailing that 20 bed. Easy to let those things slip. Can't quite split the middle with those 2 darts. That third one finding its way into the 555. So no out for Tom Curtin. And Joe, a 180 here will certainly raise a lot of questions. Even a 140. And that'll do quite nicely. Way to slot that in there, Mr. Ricard. No out again, though, leaving himself 166. And this is a setup shot from Tom only. Well, might go bullseye here. Choosing to go the 15s. So 95 scored. Leaves himself 70. Same script for Joe. Nothing but a setup visit for Joe here. Can't find that trip 18 switch. So 98 punched in. Tom looking at 70. Finds that triple 10. So 2 darts at double 20. He's going to have to go right back down to double 10. And he can't find it. Scrapes the outside wire. So here is another big opportunity for Joe. But this time he has to do it. He has to hold throw here. And that 1 is going to throw a wrench into everything. Leaves the bullseye. Oh, and he just can't find it. Only finds the single bull. Great attempt, though. Great bid. Looks like a little bit of a issue there with the tablet. Tom looking at 2 10s. Pulls it inside again, goes upstairs. And he finds it this time, no messing about. So a scrappy defense. And then a clinical break there from Tom, but again, relying on Joe making mistakes. Both guys in the high 60s, high to mid 60s, so this is not stellar play from both guys, not the upper echelon that we're used to seeing from these guys, but I believe Tom said in week 2 or week 3, if you can't win ugly, you don't deserve to win at all. Not that these are really ugly darts, ladies and gentlemen, but we want to see the 80-plus averages, the 90-plus, 100-plus average games that these guys are capable of producing. Joe finding the trip 7 there, so 61 on the board. Tom still pulling in front here, and he'll look to get this set wrapped up on his throw. If he was writing the script, finds another 100. Again, so reliable on that big scoring, the ton-plus scoring. Joe doing very well to find that red bit. Finds 2 in there. 140 throws him right back into the lead. 300 points remaining, but Tom sitting at 320. And again, he will have first crack at an out if things go his way. Will he fill it up? No, another 140. 180s are few and far between tonight for Mr. Curtin. Not leaving himself an out either. Joe will have to find at least 1 in there. Can't find it. So 240 remaining after 3 visits to the board. Tom looking to set up. Wants another to leave tops. Can't find it, so he will leave himself 80. And it really all comes down to what Joe hits here. If he hits big, Might just rattle Tom. But he can't find the red bit there, so another 60 punched in, and again, no out for Joe. And he's going to go tops. I had a feeling he was going to do this. And he can't find it, so under no pressure, he's going to have 3 more darts at it, and Joe saying, come on, why are you trying that against me? And I guarantee you, folks, if we didn't watch him put 3 in there in warm-ups, he wouldn't have done it. Tom going for a little bit of spice in this game. Wants the spicy way out. Joe finding 100, so leaves himself 80, but Tom wants to take this right here, right now. And he finds it with that first dart, so just like that, 3 legs on the spin, 1 set locked away. And Tom is on a flyer to try and speed run the night, but Joe, we know he has a lot to say on that matter, and he'll look to get right back to business here. Wants another in that red bit. Does well to find the 100. Tom won't find the 180. 140, there it is. Solid darts there, a solid start, and again, that big scoring coming in clutch and being so key. Tom finding those opportunities and really making his own opportunities by so reliably scoring in the early visits here. 95 punched in, not a bad visit from Joe. Again, this is the caliber that these guys play at, where 1 dart in the 5 or 1 is a huge mistake. And these guys practice and do their best to minimize those errant darts as best as they can. We might have a little bit of a hardware issue for Mr. Curtin. He did drop his dart. Maybe he snapped a point. Maybe he broke a flight, so we'll have to see. I wonder if we go to the commercial screen, we can actually see what's going on. So yeah, a little bit of a hardware issue there for Tom. So he's going to be fixing that as we wait for him to finish up that quick fix there. Let me go check in on Ron Sargent and Justin Burke in the other semifinal. Ron off to a 1-0 start, but both guys shooting very well. Provide you guys some more updates as the night goes on, as that game develops. All right, back to business here, though. Looks like that pause in play did Tom no favors. That 38. Not an accurate representation of his skill or where he's firing at right now. Joe looking to just do more of the same. Wants another 20. 100 will do just nicely. Tom under a little bit of pressure here. Good 10+ points back, and that one, there, micro correction is great again. And looks like 66 scored. Can't quite see because of the camera angle. 81. So Joe, big opportunity to cash in here if he just does more of the same. Needs to keep it steady, needs to keep it straight, and well, caster's curse. Again, that is not the dart that you want to throw. You just want to keep it consistent. Even a 60 would have done nicely there. But sloppy visit there, only 36. And this just opens the door right back for Tom to hit big and find his way to something manageable. Can't find that red bit there, so only 60, and Joe looking at the biggest fish. Will we see someone finally take it out? No, we will not. And chooses to stay there on the 20s, finds the 100 to leave himself 70, so Joe more or less has this hold of throw in hand here if he can just keep it steady, and Tom trying to find something to put the pressure on. And that will be a sigh of relief for Joe as he eyes up this 70. Can he find it? Taking a step, taking a breath, focusing. Finds the trip 18. And he finds the double 16, a clinical take. Those are the darts that Joe is capable of producing. Again, a little bit of a sloppy start here from both guys in the opening set. Both guys plenty of chances, but Joe realizing that he cannot mess around if he wants to put the pressure on. Tom doing very well to find that triple 20 there at the end. Third dart saver. Oh, my bad. It was a bust. Apologies, everybody. And he can't find it. Oh, my goodness. My head was in the clouds there. Again, poor caster math by me. Tom looking to salvage this, too, at tops. And he finds the double 1, needs to go downstairs, and he can't find the double 19. So again, a big mistake from Joe, big mistake from me with the counting. But Joe with opportunities here to correct those wrongs. Eyeing up double 16. Finds the double 8, one more of those. No, it's not in, Joe. And he can't get there. The second acted as a blocker. So unfortunate, so unlucky. And Tom finding the big 19. Corrects with the 3, so one dart at double 8. And he can't find it. He goes outside. So Joe with more opportunities. He's going to have to compose himself here and find this out. And there it is. First dart, a shake of the head. He knows that was a lot scrappier than it should have been. A bump of the fist there from Tom Curtin saying, well done. Again, apologies, everybody, for the unnecessary hype. And only 60 scored from Tom. So Joe, if he keeps getting off the line, as he has been so far, we'll have nothing to worry about. But that second one is quite the blocker. Very bold to stay there. That might have been the wrong decision. Again, trip 19, trip 18, that switch is a lot better in that situation when you can't even see the bed. Tom doing very well to work his way up, finding 100. Joe has to get going here. Doesn't want to be at risk of falling too far back. And can't find the triple segment, so only 43, and Tom might just take this to start really getting his legs going. Finds 2. And he can't find the third again. The 180 so elusive tonight for Tom. All over that triple 20 segment. Joe sitting at 200 points back. Has to get going here. Needs at least 2 triples. And finding all the wrong ones right there. Wrong side of the wire. And Tom under no pressure working with 201. First dart is huge. Does very well to correct there with the 1-2-5. Again, taking a little bit of a mid-visit exploration into the 5s, but leaving himself 76 after 4 visits is stellar work. And Joe just unlucky in this leg. He'll already be thinking about the next leg. This one might already be done and dusted unless Tom starts to mess about. Does very well to correct. Again, under no pressure. Joe not in and out, so he can hit big numbers is all that he, well, as much as he pleases, really. And Joe just looking to just put his arm, keep it straight, keep it relaxed, not put too much pressure on it. And Tom eyeing up 220s. And he finds it with the first, so again, Joe, he would have not been taking that leg too seriously there towards the end. Again, if you are going to lose a leg of darts, you want to do it on the other guy's throw. This is Joe's set to defend here. So 3 defenses, 3 holds of throw. We'll see him through to a deciding set. It is Tom's responsibility to try and find a break here. 81 punched in from Joe. Let's see what Tom can do. Joe not going to be happy with that 100 that managed to squeak its way in there. Solid dart, solid visit from Tom. Joe showing a little bit of frustration there with that second one. A little bit of a flyer, but it does very well to correct. Put that dart down and slam it into the 20 segment. Triple 20 segment. All over it. And Tom just unlucky there. All the darts just hovering around that triple 20 segment, but not able to punch in any solid points. So, bit of a reprieve provided by Tom for Joe. And that's 2 sloppy darts there. And he can't save it with the third, so both guys getting a little nervy here. Of course, as I say that, Tom fires away. Will he find another? No, another 140. Again, the frustration might be building up from Tom. Takes a little bit of a pause. Might do well just to keep that rhythm going, and Joe will look to follow with more of the same. Looks like 2 in there. And another 140 again, no 180. But both guys neck and neck down the line here. Bit of a drag race, but Joe is first 2 and out. And 100 punched in from Tom, so he'll be looking at 118 remaining. Joe with a bigger take, 154. Will he get the combo going? He will not. 134 remaining. Might switch to the trip 18s, might stay. Chooses to stay, still he'll have 94 left. Tom working with 118. And those are 2 horrible darts there. That's not what Tom would have wanted. He might have saved it with that third one. Can't quite see. No, only 19. So Joe needs to keep his throw, needs to find it. 99 is a 3-dart combo, but still very capable for Tom. Joe finds the first one, so the combo's on. 2 at tops. And he finds it, a 2-dart clinical take. Stellar stuff from Joe Ricard. Awesome darts. And that is fantastic stuff, putting the pressure right back onto Tom. So Tom needs to hold here, and Joe wants to break to wrap up this set. Does very well to find that switch, and that's something that we've seen from Tom time and time again. He goes down, he goes to the 18s. Some of these guys, when they have a blocked bed, they're choosing to try and bust their way through, and that's so risky. Joe finding his way to another 100. Again, great starts. Save you a lot of trouble down the line. And Tom just looking to follow, looking to produce more of the same. Follows that visit with 100 of his own. So now the question is back to Joe. What can you do with your 3? And that is a great response. That's another great answer, so back-to-back hundos. And there's the mistake. Will we see more? No, of course not. He corrects quite well, and he finds the 2 trebles. Solid stuff. Solid 1-2-2 from Tom Curtin, and Joe has to produce. That's a great start. Will he keep the line? He finds the 140. This is some awesome stuff. Great display of scoring power, and Joe is first 2 and out on Tom's throw. Tom doing very well to leave himself 82, but Joe will have the first crack at a 161. Can he get the combo started? He cannot, so he can only hope to correct. Needs to find a triple. Finds the bull, 90 scored, but we have seen 82 taken out by Tom before. He won't find a bull at all. So Tom, sloppy, and he knows it. Giving himself some words there, and Joe with a big opportunity at 71 to wrap up this set. Can he take it? 6 scored, so 65 remaining. And he can't find the single bull. Might have been better to go for the 15 there, but that dart's gone, so he has to correct. Finds 8 there, so Tom, a little bit of a snicker there. Might be some mind games being played. 31 to leave himself 40, and Tom working with 49. Finds the 17, so he'll have 2 at double 16. And he finds it with the third, that half step up, saving Tom's skin, and we are going to a deciding leg in this second set. Joe is fighting for his life so far. Well, looking to keep his night alive, and Tom is just trying to push off the potential usurper and try to get another night in the finals. And only a 45 start for Joe. 60. Camera angle there making it a little awkward. And Tom not doing well to get off on the right foot. Only 40 punched in, so the 60 will not go punished by Joe. And that might be 66. It is 66. So Joe not finding that gear that he needs, but again, the nerves are starting to come out from both guys. Another 40, back-to-back 40s from Tom Curtin. And Joe, a big visit here would really put the dagger into Tom's heart. Looks like 2 in there. And he finds the 180, and that is timing, ladies and gentlemen. That is what darts is all about. That 180 is huge from Joe. And Tom just trying to keep mentally collected here. Darts is a finicky, tricky game, but timing is everything in that 180. The job's not done, but it puts him out in front by some margin. And the 60 will do just nicely to leave himself 135. And Tom needs to get things going here if he wants to try and close out. But only 41. He might be thinking about the next set, how he can reset. Joe still wants to take big bites of this, if not the whole thing, and that one is shaky stuff. Might go to the trip 18s here, get rid of the 4. Likes to stay on the 20, so 41 scored. And again, a 180 might raise some questions. 140 will do nicely. Not able to find anything. So Tom not taking big bites out of the apple here. Only hitting a 60 there, so Joe, more darts, 94. Setting up quite well. 54 scored, so he will leave himself 40, and Tom working with 260. And a 180 would be quite interesting here, folks, but a 140 is the maximum now, and even then he can't find it. Only 83. Just the wrong side of the wire for that third dart. So Joe, 6 darts at 40. Would love to take it here. And he does find it, so we are going to go to a deciding set. Joe finding it. That big 180 there in that leg was critical. Timing everything in darts, and that is exactly what Joe needed. And again, for Joe to hold it together in a do-or-die leg and to find that big visit. Well, that's what this game is all about. I'm sure he felt fantastic after hitting that. So a little bit of a pause here. Might be doing a little bit of a bathroom break. Might be doing a little bit of a walk around the facility here. Again, the stress of trying to hold your throw, hold your set. Some stressful stuff there. It's a little bit of a scoreboard check from the other game that we have going on. We have Ron Sargent and Justin Burke on board 2 in the other semifinal. Currently, Ron Sargent is up 1-0, and they're just getting going in the second set. And Ron with a 140-100. So Ron playing some phenomenal darts. We might see a rematch of last week's final if Ron and Tom find their way through. There's still plenty of darts to be played, though, so no guarantees. Justin Burke has been playing very, very well. Also, big congratulations to Justin for getting some points on the board tonight. Needed those 2 points to try and, well, keep his hopes alive of not playing off against Tom Curtin in the playoffs. Nobody wants to get Tom as the first round in the playoffs. It's like, well, waking up and seeing the Grim Reaper, realizing that you have to play a match of darts against him. Nobody would want to do that. Looks like both guys taking a little bit of a break before we get going with the third set here. iPad's been updated. Tom is there. So because Tom won the bull, he will have the advantage of throw here in the deciding set. So again, Tom, just looking at 3 holds of throw to find his way to the final. Joe will have to find a break if he wants to punch his ticket through. A little bit of a sloppy start from both guys here. But there's the triple 20 that Tom has so reliably found. And will we see it filled up? No, we will not. Again, another 180 gone by the wayside. Only a 125 found. And Joe, looking to follow, needs to find the red section. Splitting in the middle would be nice here. Can't find it, only 60. Tom just below the wire there. Tries to go over and can't find it. Ends up going all the way around it. Only 38. And again, it's that situation where it's really curious why the players don't go down to the 19s or even across the 18s. Things can get so muddled when you have flights in the way of the triple 20 segment. It's just easier to switch. But again, preference and style is everything, and these players are playing quite well. A big 140 there from Tom Curtin, so he is pushing the ball forward. And Joe is falling further and further behind, but again, if you are going to lose a leg of darts, you want to do it on the other guy's throw. And again, nothing is being found from Joe, and the honey pot is plentiful for Tom. A little bit of a smirk there. And that 3 throws a monkey wrench into the machinery. But he does very well to correct, so he will leave himself 60, which is a very, very common take. Certainly for Tom. And Joe needs a 140 here to ask questions, but won't find it, so can only look to take big bites. The 276, but can't find it. Looking 2 darts at tops. And both flyers. So again, Tom under no pressure to get it done there, but Joe, a big visit here would put some pressure on. Needs another. Can't find it, so 116 remaining. That's just not enough pressure to really rattle Tom, who takes it with that first dart, keeps cool, keeps collected. Again, pressure and timing is everything. If you can get your opponent stuck on a common double, but if you're right there behind him, tapping him on the shoulders, it just changes the dynamic just a little bit, just enough. And that third dart, a little sloppy there for Joe. Just the wrong side of the wire again, and those mistakes, will they start to snowball? Tom doing very well to find that switch. Again, the 20 segment looked a little blocked there, so finding good points. What could have been a scuffed visit. Joe just not finding that triple magic that we were seeing in legs gone by. Again, Tom is going to make you pay if you don't pony up with the points. And another 140 fired in from Tom. Pressure mounting up for Joe. Needs more of that. Has to go back up just a little bit. Can't find it, so only 100. Keeping even, but this is his throw to defend. Tom looking for that critical break. And only 41 found, so pressure off for right now, but Joe still has to find the darts. The flight looks like it pushed that dart up. Looks like it was going into that triple 20 bed, but leapfrogging his way back into the lead. Tom, big opportunity here to potentially set himself up for an out. Can't find it, so 180 left. No out for Tom. Joe looking to score big and drive his way down the field, but that one, again, might be just a little too rushed off the start there. And that just will not do. 161 is manageable, but not what you want to leave yourself if you can afford it. Looks like, what, 90 punched in by Tom? Sorry, 100. Caster math right there. So close. And Joe looking at 161. The combo will not get going here. Probably go downstairs instead of staying there, but can't find any other triples there. So leaving himself 71, and Tom, 3 darts at 80. 60 left. 1 dart at tops to break Joe Ricard. And he finds it. That is a punishing dart. And Joe, out of working so hard to tie this game, all of a sudden finds himself in a situation that is a little all too familiar for everybody. That is 2 legs down to Tom Curtin. Tom will have advantage of throw here. Does very well to correct into that triple 20, so 95 fired in. Joe has to produce, has to find his game now if he wants to keep his hopes of moving on alive. Only finding 60, so that triple magic is turning into treble trouble, visit by visit here. Tom not finding anything worthwhile there either, so Joe eyeing up the board, trying to find something. And again, he's just struggling to put 3 together there. You really have to feel for Joe. The opportunities that Tom is providing him, they don't come around very often, and Joe is just not capitalizing on them. And Tom, with the immediate punish on that previous visit, 100. Again, inching closer to the finish line. And again, he cannot find the triple 20 segment, only 60. So this is where the pressure really starts to relieve itself for Tom. And will we see a 171? Yes, we will. Beautiful darts there from Tom. That 171 was absolutely fantastic, and what a leave. 94 left. And Joe has to find something to keep this going. Won't find the 140, only finding 95. So Tom, no pressure to get this done here, but would love to punch out if he can. 78 scored, going double 8, and he finds it. Wow, gets it done. Is that math correct? That is correct. And Joe, let me just do a little bit of math here. It looks like it's correct. Just want to be extra sure after that previous mistake, and it is correct. Tom, wow. Again, big credit to Joe Ricard there for doing so well to tie the game up at 1 set apiece, but sometimes you just get a little unlucky and the triples, the big scores, just elude themselves. And unfortunately for Joe, the scoring just eluded itself a little too much. He was not able to find the scoring power that he needed to put up a fight in that final set. And Tom punching his way to another final. Again, Tom has found his way to every single final that we've had this season, and he's only been bested once, and that was the opening week against Mike Carignan. But he came pretty close to being beaten last week against Ron Sargent. If we go to the other game there, if we go to the wide shot there, oh, it looks like that board is freaking out a little bit. We might actually stay on the primary board here. If we go to the Ron Sargent versus Justin Burke, Ron is eyeing up a 2-0 victory over Justin Burke. Currently one set up, 2 legs to 1. And Tom might be getting serious here, taking off that sweater. Still rocking the long sleeves. Don't know how the guy does it. Ron might be punching his way to the final here. 52 left. Just following along on my tablet to see how the cookie crumbles here, how the score updates. But yeah, coming back to this game, Joe just doing very well. But you have to feel that in that opening set, when there were opportunities abound, both guys looking a little rusty, a little nervy. Some darts got away from him there, and Tom is not one to let those opportunities come often. And he punished well. And Tom will be facing off against Ron Sargent again in back-to-back weeks in the final. And with that, we are going to jump to commercial break here. But we'll be right back with finals action between Tom Curtin and Ron Sargent. See y'all very soon. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Again, this is Stephen Marty Martinez. Thank you very, very much for tuning in tonight and hanging out with us on this St. Patrick's Day, Monday evening. Again, happy St. Patty's Day to everybody who's tuning in. And, well, we have ourselves a final, ladies and gentlemen. It's not reflected there on the scoreboard just yet, but get a glimpse of the dreamboat in the background. Looks like everybody... Well, actually, I don't know if Ron got a haircut. I don't think so. Tom certainly looking quite spiffy with his haircut. Both guys warming up here. But we have had quite a night of darts here. Let's go back up to the bracket and see how things played out. The opening rounds, we had Joe Ricard taking out Mark Rudge 2-0. Again, a whole night of 2-0s. Tom taking out Roberto Santos. Ron taking out Mike Carignan. And Justin Burke getting congrats on the points there, Justin. Way to fire those 2 points in. Get your name on the board. He took out Nick Soldo 2-0. Semifinals, and how we set up our final here. Tom taking out Joe Ricard 2-1. Again, that was a little bit of a close game there, but Tom finding his game in that third set and running his way here into the finals, and Ron taking out Justin Burke 2-0. So we have our final set, and there are some big implications for points. Again, Tom locked in at first place. We already know that. There's nothing that we can do. But Mike Carignan, not scoring points tonight, is plummeting down to fourth place at least. No, that's actually correct. That's guaranteed. He's plummeting down to fourth place. Ron has the opportunity to bank some serious points here if he can take out Tom and really widen the gap between him, Joe, widen the gap between himself and Joe and Mike. I don't know why that's not coming out right. For some reason, that just didn't sound good. He's trying to get more points than Joe and Mike. Of course, that's what everyone's trying to do, is get more points than each other here. Again, the bottom four, a little bit of shuffling around there, but nothing too significant. All the major movement is coming between Mike Carignan, Ron Sargent, and Joe Ricard. So Ron, he came close last week to taking out Tom Curtin, pushing him all the way to a final set, final leg. And boy, what an awesome last set of darts that was. Tom really pulling out all the stops there. We almost saw 6 darts of a 9-dart attempt, but the 6th dart just not finding its way into the triple 20. We were so close. Tom wanted it so bad. I was talking to him after the match, and he said he wanted that just as bad as everyone tuning in. Hates to let everybody down again. We don't have any... Well, I guess we don't have an army of people to go boo when that dart goes wide. But it's all in good fun. And Ron, looking to prove a point here. He wants to prove that his game is up there with the best of them, mainly up there with this guy. And he was so disappointed to not push it over the edge against Tom. He's come close. He has been really working on his game, and we've seen this matchup quite a few times. I believe this is the 3rd or 4th matchup between these guys in the Worcester Premier League Season 2. But he has come close, but he's never quite found the gear that he needs to push Tom off the cliff and keep himself on top of the mountain here. So the Dreamboat, trying to gas up, knows that a storm is coming. We'll have to see if he can batten down the hatches and really weather the upcoming storm. Ron is no slouch. He's quite the smooth operator, and Tom will know that. He'll be focusing up. He knows that. Really got away with one there with the semifinal match against Joe Ricard. Joe doing very well to push him. More or less unlucky darts there that were the Achilles heel of Joe in that semifinal game, but Tom will realize, okay, if anything, he doesn't really need to win this game. He doesn't really need to, but all of these guys want to win, and that is a huge difference. Again, Tom already locked into first place, doesn't need to win, only playing spoilers really for everybody else, but he's going to want for his own bragging rights to say, I still won, I still beat you, buddy. And we are just about to get things going here. That's one in the green bit. Ron will look to follow or do one better. And he cannot goes outside, so Tom will have the advantage of throw here to get things going. And in a final set should go there. But here we are. If you are just tuning in live, my name is Stephen Marty Martinez. And this is the final of Week 6, Worcester Premier League Season 2. And Tom, again, versus Ron. Copy-paste from last week. We have one hell of a match here for everybody tuning in. And Ron making this look easy. No 180. Boo, this man. Can't get a 180 in your first 3 darts. Well, Ron, you're just not going to cut it, man. Of course, I'm kidding. He can certainly play better darts than me. Probably kick my butt 7 days a week. And Tom firing back with the 140. So these guys are not waiting around. Not struggling to find the triple 20 segment. Ron rocking the green flight, so maybe the luck of the Irish on his side tonight. Trying to get that Irish blessing, and he's certainly finding a lot of gold in that triple 20 pot. Same with Tom. Might be wearing green somewhere with that 137 fired in. Awesome stuff. Great darts. Both these guys averaging over 100. And Ron looking to follow. Keep it going, Ron. Put one more in there. And tries to go for that trip 18 switch, but 138 found, and these guys bombs away. Absolutely dropping the heavy artillery on the dartboard to get things going for us, and this is what we want to see as viewers. And the combo is on for Tom Curtin. .72 left. Won't find that triple 12 to leave himself double 18, but he does very well to leave himself 40. They got so quick there. Well, got to the end so quickly there that I actually had to bust out my calculator. I'm the one who's a little slow here. Now 5 is going to do Ron no favors, so 135 left. Can't find the trip 19, so correction territory. No big corrections and pressure off for Tom. But Tom, again, this is his throw. He's trying to hold here. He wants to get this wrapped up so he can start thinking about a break. Low. And he finds that switch down to the double 10s. Didn't want to have to go there. But just like that, I think that fist bump tells it all. Congrats, Tom. You won another leg. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Ron playing very well out of the gate here. If he keeps this game going, this match is certainly within the realm of possibility for Ron. A night win might be in his future. We are a long way from that, and Tom will have a lot to say on that matter. He'll want to snatch another night win for himself. And 45 is going to do him no favors, not going to help him get to that ultimate goal, but Ron not firing in the best start. Trying to correct here with a big visit. And again, are we going to see another 180 here? And we don't. Another 140. I'm sick and tired of these 140s. I'm getting fed up. I want to see a 180, guys. Come on. I think we've only seen one on stream, and that was... No, I think we've seen two on stream. One from Tom, one from Joe in the previous game. And 100 will do just nicely. Ron looking to keep the party going here. Again, can't find enough dancers on the dance floor. Only 60 scored. Tom looking to try and catch back up here. Needs to find at least one triple. That's not the triple he was looking for. And he can't find, so 43, shake of the head. Frown of the face. He knows that that might be costly. Ron looking to sprint away. The boogeyman is right on his heels. Maybe a little bit of a slow walk or brisk jog from the boogeyman. But it's still pushing the ball forward, still getting ahead, still getting in front. Tom trying to find some magic here. Can't find it. Looks like 55. So again, we don't see this very often where Tom does not correct with at least one triple. Ron holding his throw here and doing so very nicely. 134 will leave himself 50. But again, Tom nowhere at an out. So that 50 is not too costly. He'll get a crack at it, but a 180 would ask a lot of questions of Ron here. And Tom trying to write the script, but no, only finds the 130. Frustration, saying, come on. And Ron, 50 left. Finds the 18. 2 at double 16 needed for the Dreamboat. Double 8. And no, pulls it inside. So Tom working with 1, 2, 3. Uncommon out, uncommon route. Finds 19. 104 left. Can't find the trip 18 to leave himself the bullseye. Leaves himself. Well, that's awkward. Leaves himself 77, I believe. $75, excuse me. Ron trying to punch his way out of this leg. Pulls it inside again. This is where things start getting a little awkward. Needs to find it. And he can. Pulls it just low, scraping the wire. Tom, a little bit of a chuckle, but it's a nervous chuckle. He knows the 75 has to go. 40 left. And he can't find it, just low, falling in Ron's footsteps right there, pulling the darts just beneath. And Ron, you feel, has to sink this first dart. And no, he busts in an angry second dart there. Tom getting away with quite a bit here. And he finds it, no more messing about, shake of the head. Very small shake of the head from Tom Curtin there, but a leg is a leg, and that goes into the ledger books as Tom's leg that he won. So again, just like that, Tom is looking to sweep this set, get things going here. And Ron knows he can play better. A very similar situation happened last week, and Tom, well, firing in the 180. There it is, big 180. Ron took a little while to get going. But that signifies and, well, signals to Ron that, hey, you can't be waiting for too long because you just might miss the train. The ship just might sail away from the dreamboat. I'm going to try and milk all my ship puns and all my sailing puns for as long as I can before someone kicks me off the mic. Boo, no 9-dart attempt again from Tom. 3 darts in, but can't follow it. Only 60 fired in. Oh, pardon, 100. Couldn't quite see that point. So the scoring has remained consistent for Tom. Ron just trying to keep even, but floundering. Can't find any significant triples here. Ron blaming something about the setup. Might be blaming the other guys who are hanging about watching, saying, hey, this crowd's getting too rowdy. Someone silence the audience. Refs, please. Someone's whistling in the crowd. All in good fun here at the WPL again. All these guys know not to mess about with each other too much when they throw. Again, the scoring has just been phenomenal from Tom Curtin. Another 140 punched in. Average into the low 90s after 2 legs and 3 visits to the board. And Ron just trying to cash in, get some feel-good darts there. 83 is not going to make him feel too much better. And, well, that shows how Ron's feeling. The crew is not happy on that boat. To all the kids watching, again, apologies. If you play darts long enough, you too will feel the same way. Trying to correct here. Will he find it? He cannot find the 36. Good correction there to find that triple 12. 45 score, leaving himself 36. And Ron, 315. Nowhere in sight. And he's going to be thinking about the next leg, the next set, and just get this wrapped up, get this out of the way. Tom, 3 darts at 36. More to come if he misses. And I'm surprised that he would do that. With no pressure on him, I'm very surprised that he chooses to go at the 9 instead of correcting to something a little bit more manageable. But to each their own, he leaves himself 8. Very familiar take for Tom Curtin. Ron still nowhere in sight. Going down to double 2. And he finds it with that 3rd. So Tom not messing about on the outs, averaging well above 80. Let's see what the final average is after that first set. 80.52. Ron, 69.65. He's going to have to find another gear, bump his average up at least 10 points if he wants to start putting pressure on Tom Curtin. We know he has the game. We know it's there. The 60 is an average start. Nothing stellar, nothing great. And, well, that's all of those points in the previous visit in one dart. Again, Tom getting frustrated. The second dart finding its way into the 111 segment. 83 punched in, and Ron looking to just try and cash in, try and crack open the safe. And he does very well to find that third, a little bit of a third dart saver there to punch in 100. Again, this is Ron's set to defend now. The onus is on him to hold his throw at least 3 times, not get broken. Some sloppy stuff there from Tom Curtin, only finding the 55. So again, Ron can start running here if he keeps the triple 20s a-flowing. A little bit of a questionable stay there. That dart looked like it was doing a great job blocking the bed. Tom running right in there. Running riot. Will we see it filled up? And we will. Another 180. Solid dart. Solid visit. Again, the timing is everything, and that really puts a lot of pressure on Ron, and he has to respond here. No 140. Only a 100 found. So Tom putting the pieces in place to break here. Just has to keep it going, keep it consistent. Only 59 found, so still well within reach of Ron, but a triple is going to be required if he wants to put this in front. Needs to find the 100. And he can't just low. Disappointing drop of the head there. He knows how critical that dart was. Tom looking at 1-2-4. Finds the first part of the combination. 64 remaining. Choosing to leave himself. The bullseye! Oh, and can't find it. Only 25 found. Showing a lot of respect there to Ron. Sitting all the way back at 140. The combination will not go. Can only look to set up. Will do very well to not bust his score here. Needs another 20 to leave himself tops. It's a solid third dart. 40 left. And Tom having to correct here. Probably go 9-8-8. There's the 9. And there's the 8-8. Clinical stuff. Wow. Tom, 4 legs on the spin. No sign of slowing down. And Ron singing his praises that we're playing set play here. It's not straight legs. This would be a daunting gap in a very short amount of time, but Ron still has life, still has the opportunity to come back. And again, we saw a very similar storyline last week. Tom punching in 100, Ron trying to do the same. Might have found the 100 there, not quite sure with the camera angle. Only finds the 60. So disappointment continues for Ron, but it's just the start of the second leg in the second set. Still plenty of time to go. Tom doing very well to not find another trip one, but that is 26 the hard way. Sure, it's breakfast, but you didn't have to work so hard to get breakfast like that, Tom. And Ron doing very well to find that trip 18 switch. 94 punched in. Again, utilizing that switch when that triple 20 bed was blocked. Something that we haven't seen enough from players tonight. .59 fired in. A little bit of a curious look there given by Tom. Wondering why his darts aren't following orders. Remember, good darts follow orders. And only 100 punched in from Ron, excuse me. So not running away with it, keeping things within range for Tom. Just low on that first one. Can't find a triple, so only 60. Another curious look, another shake of the head going, I hope that the magic is not leaving my arm. Doing a little bit of practice throws in the back there, and Ron trying to run away. Does very well to find that switch. A little bit of exasperation there. Knows he has that switch in him. But you feel that that switch is, well, he's having to work really hard to find it. And another troubleless visit from Tom. This is where curiosity starts to become something a little more sinister, and Ron not going to find the 150 combo. 130 left. Going to have to do some work to set up. And that 5, well, that layup is out of bounds now. Looks like he tried to go bullseye there. Not sure I agree with that move. Might have just been frustration, but this gives Tom the opportunity to fire in a big visit here and potentially catch back up. And there it is. There's a 100, so just like that, that might have been a dart wasted from Ron, and that 100 puts Tom at a much more common 96 out. 1-2-2 is quite awkward. Needs a trip 18 here. Trip 18 will leave him bullseye. Can't find it, so frustration continues. 68 remaining. And he will leave himself 14 again. He's getting there, but double 7 is... Oh, sorry, excuse me, 32, my bad. Again, the caster math is failing me repeatedly tonight. Apologies, everybody. Tom doing very well to hit 56 to leave himself 40, and Ron looking at 32. Outside, needs to walk it in. Does with the second dart, and we have a leg on the board. The rot has stopped. The Dreamboat has finally gotten off the shore. He's sailing, gassed up, ready to go, wind in his sails. But the journey ahead is perilous, Ron. And you still have a lot more legs to win if you want to make a game out of this one. And these guys, good buddies, matched up against each other quite a bit in the past couple of nights here. They are certainly very familiar with playing against each other. And again, the whole mantra of the WPL is not only are these guys great darts players, these guys are great guys to be around, great representations of, well, the types of players that we want to see in the greater Worcester area. What a fantastic smile that Mr. Ron Sargent has, putting it on full display. And he will look to keep that smile on his face. Might be a sarcastic smile, though, only walking away with the 60 punched in on the board. And no messing about for Tom Curtin. Firing in a 140. So pressure back on. Ron realizing, wait a minute. I thought this game was supposed to be easy, and that's not the case. Another 60s. The consistency's there. That's great. We want to see that. The very least, be consistent, and Ron's putting that on full display, but he will start to feel the frustration as Tom racks up these triple 20 visits. And another 140, back-to-back 140. Just look at the look on Tom's face as he approached the board. Can't tell if he was thinking that if those are two 180s, he'd be on a 9, or if he was happy with that. The focus, the seriousness, Tom realizes that this leg is well within reach now. He just needs to keep on plowing ahead. And just like that, he is human. 140, 140, 60 stellar darts from Tom Curtin, and he's at and out after 3 visits. Remarkable stuff. And Ron just trying to find more. Cracks open into that honey pot, gets himself some honey, but no out. And Tom looking to cash in right here at the 161. The combo will not get going. Can only set up here. We going downstairs. Tries to find the trip 19, but only 99 found. Only 99 found. And Ron, no out from 181. We'll look to try and apply pressure by finding some big darts here. Needs to find 2 triples. And that 5, well, disappointment. Ron's face says it all. And only 43 found. He will be at and out, but It would be a tremendous shot if he gets a chance at a 138. The triple 10 is found to leave himself 216s. And he can't find it, so the 138 is on. Can Ron find it to save his skin and push things potentially towards a deciding set? Trying to go up 2 legs to 1 here. Ron taking a moment. The shot is not on. 118 remaining. And again, leaving himself 98. Goes to the 18s, excuse me, but he can't find that either, so he will leave himself 94. Tom, 3 darts in hand at 32, eyeing up that double 16. And he finds it with the first one again. No calibration needed. Bombs away, missile locked. Double 16 exterminated by Tom Curtin. And we are looking at the potential night win here for Tom Curtin as he looks to get things going here. The opening visit only finding 60. Again, the little bit of a shout there. 60 is just not good enough. And Ron will saying, hey, that's not so bad. Absolutely love watching Ron play. Quite a character. All over it. Second one just to the left. 76 punched in, excuse me. Tom, a little low on that first one. Going to have to recalibrate his antennas. It looks like the machine is facing a little bit of interference here. Ron's Dreamboat is running some radio jammers. Might be interfering with whatever signals that Tom is trying to pick up from the board, but that 55 going to do him no favors. Tom Curtin looking to eye up, trying to shore up some more points here, eyeing up that 20 segment. Again, doing very well to walk his way up into that 100. And Ron just trying to keep things going. Again, he's treading water right now. He's not pulling away. Not out of this game at all. But he needs to start the scoring right now. Can't afford a triple this visit, and 59. Sure, it's dragging down the score, but now Tom has got a little bit of headway there, and he's going to look to run, to sprint. And you give him an inch, he's going to attempt to take a mile. Or 2. And a 60 again. Curious look, frustrated look. Ron, a big visit here, puts him right back in the race, and he needs more of those. Would love a 140 here. Can he find it? Can't find it, only 100, so 211 to Tom's 221. Both guys have had 4 visits to the board, and Tom in great position here to set himself up at a potential out. Trying to find a triple. And that 3, curious slip there. The calibration continues. Ron, opportunity handed over to him. No out for Tom Curtin. Needs a triple. Tries to find the trip 17, but finds his way into the 2s. Both guys making it look like hard work here. The end of this 4th leg. Triple found for Tom. So now he starts to think about the setup. Can't find the trip 19 again. Both guys right there on the wire. But that 82 is still very serviceable, leaving himself 96. 150 left for Ron. Can't find the 18. That is just frustration and the culmination of how this game has gone. And Ron shaking his head. Had a closer game last week, and it just might be slipping away from him also quickly here on week 6. And Tom eyeing up 96. First dart found. 2 darts at double 18. Needs to drop it lower. And he finds it with the 3rd. And ladies and gentlemen, we have your Week 6 champion, Tom Curtin, taking out another final back-to-back wins versus Ron Sargent. And just like that, right when we got going, Ron has fallen victim to the Grim Reaper himself. Tom Curtin again back-to-back weeks. Just couldn't get the scoring going. Just couldn't get his outs going. Didn't play bad at all. 70.22, but not the caliber of play that you need in order to knock out Tom Curtin. And just like that, again, this is last week's champion, but he's also this week's champion as well. Congratulations, Tom Curtin, for another week of success, my friend. You are playing spoilers to absolutely everybody in the standings here. So with 5 points secured, he will be bumping his way up to 28 points. If I can do a little bit of caster math, and bear with me, everybody. So Mike is scoring no points, so he will remain with 10 points. Ron coming all the way up into runner-up. I believe he secures himself 3 points. Not quite sure. I'm sure Nick's going to yell at me later for getting all the points wrong. Let me just go and check my notebook. I write these things down for a reason. No, I am correct, so I will not get yelled at today. Again, don't yell at the caster. He's trying his best. So Mike, again, no points secured. Will be staying at 10 points. Ron, 3 points locked in, so he will be sitting at 13 points. And then everybody else in the top 4. So that will be Justin Burke and Joe Ricard. They both get 2 points. So the leaders that well, look at the standings. It'll be Tom Curtin in first place. It'll be Ron Sargent, second place. Joe Ricard in third. And Mike Carignan dropping down to fourth. The point spread will be 28, 13, 12, and 10. So the battle between Ron and Joe is going to be close going into the last week of regular season play. Mike still has a big opportunity to leapfrog all the way back up into second if he has a great night. But, of course, we're going to have to leave that to next week. Again, congratulations, Tom Curtin. Phenomenal stuff, phenomenal darts. As we can see, those guys chatting it up there. Take a second to thank everybody for tuning in. Again, we'll get a light put up in here eventually, but again, my name is Stephen Martinez. Thank you so much for tuning in for Week 6. Again, next week's going to be the last week of regular season action before playoffs. It's going to be very exciting. It's been phenomenal to watch these guys play. I hope that you guys come back next week. Tune in. Be sure to follow us on Facebook. Be sure to watch the VODs on YouTube as they come out later this week. We are trying our best to get those videos uploaded on a regular schedule. And again, we hope to see you guys in just a week's time. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you all later. Bye-bye.